Hello, and welcome to the week of April 6th. We're doing great. I'm using this Celebrity Goddess Tarot deck from Faye Orlove. I love this. Oh, we got the Queen of Swords, we got Cher. I really feel like, Cher is with us through this time, for sure. And I think what I'm really getting is of course, Queen of Swords is about clarity and about kind of having some. I really honestly feel like we're kind of becoming Zen masters. I kind of want to say that. I feel like this period of quarantine has really forced a lot of us to go inward, and if you were already kind of on a spiritual path, which I assume you were because you're listening to tarot videos on YouTube, then this has really been an opportunity to kind of extremely slow down, a lot, and to just kind of recover from the pace of life that was with us beforehand. We're in this, kind of cocoon transition period. It's been a scary cocoon, no doubt, but even so, I feel like with the Queen of Swords, it's we're able to kind of see above, and I guess with the apocalypse there was this whole thing about how some people were going to be lifted into the sky to not be in the chaos, and I think that to speak to the Queen of Swords and to speak to Cher, it's not like you're literally being pulled to the sky to not deal with the chaos of coronavirus, but it's more like you have this ability to really use your mental energy in such a way that you're able to kind of calm yourself. It's not that you're denying your emotional state at all, but it's kind of now you're able to let your emotions come up and sort of just say, okay, there's that emotion, there's fear, there's anger, there's depression. Interesting. It's kind of like you're really becoming that observer and really getting really deeply in touch with that version of the observer observing the thoughts. Hence why I said Zen Master. Cher. I mean, this card came up for me in a reading about dating, about kind of using mind over heart in dating. And Cher has a song that's about being afraid to kind of open up and be vulnerable because you've been hurt before. And so I think just with the presence of Cher and her very unique energy, I think, and the Queen of Swords in particular, I think that there's sort of just a deep healing that's going on, but it's healing your brain. I was thinking about that for me before coronavirus hit. The part of me that is the most stressed out, the part of me that is in need of the deepest healing is my brain, is my mind space. And I think that because of this slowing down, because of this kind of observation of the feelings and thoughts, it's I also feel along with this, there's this strengthening between the mind-heart connection, where there's clearer communication between what the mind is thinking and what the heart is feeling. Because I think there was a little bit of miscommunication between the mind and the heart before all this hit. I feel that the mind and heart might have been on the same page, but they kept fighting because they didn't know they were on the same page because they couldn't communicate because there was so much stress, so much chaos, so much that was sort of confusing about the conversation, and so much sort of, hearsay or not. And, it might have been too that within ourselves we didn't really know what our truth was. So I just really feel this period of time is extremely healing, and it's particularly healing because our mind is calming down so much, and our mind is like strengthening its muscles of observation, and our relationship to our thoughts and our feelings is becoming much more clear. There's just so much clarity. It's And I'm not saying that, there hasn't been strife, but as I said about like that apocalypse thing about being kind of lifted above the clouds, and it kind of makes me think of Aquarius energy. Although I don't think Cher is an Aquarius, and certainly this can apply to like many air energies, so Libra and Gemini included. But with Aquarius, Aquarius is like the alien kind of looking above at the collective from like their spaceship. And I think that's kind of what is happening for us, who I'm giving this reading for, which is just sort of like we're really truly able to see these bigger pictures, and like kind of like the bird's eye view that eluded us this whole time. And so there's just sort of like a lot of information coming in, whether literally or just kind of spiritual downloads, where we're like, oh, okay, like that thing that was bothering me that whole time is this actually. And now I can kind of make my peace with it and move on. There's just sort of, again, deep ass healing, especially in the mental realm, that is strengthening everything else within us, so that when we move forward out of this period, we're going to be like totally different people. We're going to be like Cher, after she broke up with Sonny, and she's like, I don't need Sonny to be a fucking like pop diva idol icon. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. That's the energy. That's the vibe. So, that's my reading for this week, and I'll check in with you again next week. Bye.